For the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. D-Mac back in the building. D-Mac, what up, man?
Oh, what up? Joe, this is a good week. Culmination Thursday. We'll talk about, I haven't talked about.
I know, and I'm excited.
About what happened last week, which was just the prelude. And I'm talking USA, Canada, which will meet in the finals. We got to wait till Thursday, so we have time.
We do have time, but we'll get your reaction and all that stuff. People fired up about it in the chat. KG in the building. KG, what's really good?
Trying to get situated over here. You know, your boy all over the network, but it is what it is. I'm blessed to be here.
All right.
Yeah.
It's true. All facts, no lies detected there.
Damn right.
KG, you can catch him all over the network. Well, that's, what happens if we get things to do it right. You gotta get KG to do it. Isn't that the saying? You want it done right? Ask KG.
Ask KG.
Spencer
Raxter.
Hello.
What's going on? How was heavyweights last night?
It was good. It was fun. Yeah, we broke down. Eric Schlitt put out a mock draft of every mock draft that has been out so far for the Lions' first-round pick, so we broke down a lot of those.
Eric Schlitt did a mock draft of all the mock drafts.
Yeah, he took every single first-round pick that anybody has put out in the media for the Lions so far. It compiled it into one. It was a really good job. Eric Schlitt from Pride of Detroit. Go check that out. It was really nice.
Yeah, no, they're great. Yeah. Eric's great. He never blocked me either. It was just Jeremy and Pride of Detroit himself.
Right. Yeah.
But they unblocked me.
Yeah, y'all good now.
We good, yeah.
My question on that, Spenny, was there more mock draft first rounds than you even thought if he was breaking them down? Had a lot of people done it, or was it sort of a smattering?
There was quite a few. It was one guy had us taking a wide receiver. Some guys had us taking linebackers, but it was majority either offensive lineman, edge rusher, or interior defensive lineman. So it was a good splattering of different players.
Okay, good to see. Any names? Any recurring names come up?
Yeah, Jack Sawyer was a big one. He went around. Derek Harmon, the defensive tackle out of Oregon, who formerly was at Michigan State, was one. There's a lot of interior offensive line guys. Jihad Campbell from Alabama, the linebacker, he was up there. There was a guy from Georgia, I can't remember his name, defensive end. He was. I'm starting to fall in love with him.
Mikkel Wilson or Williams?
Yeah. Mikkel Williams. He's sounds like a Brad Holmes guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dealt with a little injury. Freak athlete.
Right.
Giant human, like 6'5", 270 pounds. Long arms, physical guy. So, yeah, I'm starting to get into draft mode here.
Finally,
right?
We finally fought the good fight. We tried to fight it, but in the end, the draft always wins.
That's a fact.
It's undefeated, never lost. No, but we're going to get into some of the hockey stuff as well. There's a lot of Lions to get to today. Dan Miller did some interviews. We got some clips. We're going to react to the clips.
Good interview.
All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. Tammy Chin, good morning, everybody. Back after having the flu. Good to have you back,
Good to have
Tammy.
you back.
Hey,
Good to have you
Tammy.
back for sure.
Good morning.
Pressure that.
FJ1967, good morning, BDE and chat. But jump into there. You want to skip the line, go ahead and use the Woodward Sports Super Chat. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel as we make our way towards 80,000 subs.
I saw that stat. Congratulations. But I want to say thank you. I don't know if you guys have, but to everybody else for last year, Big D Energy, 1.3 million or whatever was the graph.
We had 1.13 million live show views in the last calendar year.
So that's awesome. All you guys. So I want to say a shout out to everybody out there. And I do recognize you walking around town, everybody coming up and, recognizing Woodward and stuff. So Woodward about the people will be out and about. We ain't slowing down, but we do see you back, and we do appreciate you all for supporting us, because without you guys, you know what? We just be talking to ourselves.
That is true. That is true. I was telling D-Mac today, and look, like, you guys know that I complain about weather a lot. And today I'm broken. Like, it's over. I give up. I give up. I'm just going to sit here and wait. It's like being in prison.
No, it's a fact.
And parole's coming up in about May. So
maybe more June because it's Michigan, but yeah.
You did it, all right? Congratulations, Mother Nature. You did it. You broke me. You broke me like a wild horse.
You're institutionalized now.
I am. That's it. So it's over. You guys did it. Unbelievably cold outside again, but hey, we choose this, right? So here we are. So D-Mac, I give up, man.
But you're gonna, at least, and what did I say to you? At least, and prayers to everybody in, I think southeast or southwest Detroit, wherever the pipe flooded, and you see the ice. So you're up on the castle with your 2 furnaces in your garage with your car plugged in. You'll be all right. Just bundle up a little bit more, okay?
Philly in the chat. How'd you pad the numbers, Neil? Philly, you can go back and add them up if you want.
Oh.
Go ahead. Add them up. It's public right there. Like, you can go look at it. Go look at it and add them up, my friend. Feel free.
Here, like, note to anybody, if you're gonna lie or do anything, don't do it on something that can be tracked.
Yeah, on public record.
Like, don't do it on public record.
Right.
So, thanks for joining us, Philly.
Yeah, no, but hey,
right. Like every day.
You're one of
like every motherfucking day.
Philly, I'll say that again. Philly in the chat. How'd you pad the numbers? Well, Philly, 1.13 million people like you.
1.1.
Phil, you ain't fooling nobody. You changed it to Philly, but we know it's you, Phil.
Yeah, right. No doubt. But no, and like D-Mac said, thank you guys for that. It's absolutely cool of you. Absolutely cool. But yeah, so it is. It's just, it broke me, and I don't know what else to say about it. I'll just wait for it to be over. So it's a lot, kind of like having the flu. Like, Tammy, you had the flu. I'm just going to sit here and wait for it to be over.
Yeah. We shall overcome, right?
Absolutely, KG.
Don't do that again.
Absolutely, KG. But D-Mac, you haven't had a chance to weigh in on it because you weren't here yesterday. Canada, USA, Thursday night. The fate of the free world. This game is more than hockey.
Oh, hell yeah!
Our American way of life rides on the outcome of this.
Yeah, damn right.
If we lose, we're a world failure. If we win, we're a world power. Your thoughts?
We're talking about the game coming up then,
Thursday.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that is all. I mean, you saw, and forget about, like, first of all, like at the beginning of the game when you have like 3 fights in 9 seconds, or with the atmosphere and it being as organic as it was. I was telling Spenny what I loved about it is you took all the cheapness out, and it's between this group of guys, this group of players that haven't been able to play for their country and stuff like this, all the hype and everything like that, and the way that it went down, right? And if you break it down deeper, you got Kachuk, Florida, Hagel, Tampa Bay. They have to play each other, go through each other. There's a rivalry there. It doesn't seem like that. You also got Sam Bennett, who's going to stand up to a Brady Kachuk, and then JT Miller and Cole Parayko. So I think what it did is it took the cheapness out, and then when you watch the game, like, it's going to be the best. It's going to be the best hockey game you see this year, right? Bar none, as far as talent on the ice, as far as speed.
Collection of talent.
Collection of talent, speed, and they still are hard-hitting, physical stuff like this. What it comes down to is what everything always comes down to. It comes down to goaltending. And I think that in this case with the local kid, Connor Hellebuck, in net for the U.S., and what, either if it's Binnington that continues to play or if they go to Hill or somebody else with Team Canada, that's where the lack of defensive play. And I'm just going by what I've seen, too. You look at how Team Canada has played against Sweden, right? Letting them, come back and tie it from 2-goal leads. They're up 4-0 against Finland in a must-win game. And Let them get back to 4-3. So you asked me earlier, so you're telling me if Canada wins this game, it's got to be a 5-4? Yeah, they can't stop.
Smythe division style.
They can't lay off the gas pedal, which they won't. I hope both teams are as healthy as they can be.
Does Connor McDavid double shift it?
Oh, 100%. Everybody is. And the biggest wild card, the biggest factor, whether you like it or not, is Cale Makar, right, being in the lineup for Team Canada. And that's why I wish like USA had Quinn Hughes, because then you got both rosters at 100%. But it's everything it's up to be. Like, that game is still going to be the same way. But the analogy is all the shenanigans, in my opinion, like every year with Colorado, right, there'd be some game that had a dust up and the goalies are fighting and there's a brawl and stuff like this, right? But then after that, the hockey needed to be played. And I think that's what's going to happen, because nobody winning is the most important thing, right? Not punching somebody in the face or making them bleed or whatever. Yep. It's winning and what it can do. And especially for this USA team, because if the USA team does win, to me, they take over as
the superpower.
The superpower.
You're damn right.
In hockey, and you can say that we took your game, but that's only going to make the rivalry and everything better, because it's this group of kids too, right? This group of kids and everybody, continue to come. So must-see TV, like you said. We're going to do a watch party from
Woodward
somewhere.
Sports Watch Party, yep.
Woodward Sports Watch Party. So if you want to tag along with what we do, it's going to be electric.
Full Slate Farms, you guys talking hockey again? Yes, we are Full Slate, because we have a 4-time Stanley Cup champion sitting here at the desk, man.
Yeah, see you later, nerd.
Yeah, we are going to get into the Lions stuff. I just told you guys, we got a lot of Lions stuff to get to today.
We're talking Lions.
We're
just getting this out of the way in the first.
He said he's going to go listen to Cleveland Browns radio. Good riddance.
Yeah, have fun talking about Deshaun Watson's contract.
Yeah, that ain't going away.
Right.
Yeah, ain't going away. $180 million in debt cap.
Hey, Myles Garrett going away though.
100%, he is. But yeah, so jump into that chat. So let's do this, and let's take the first break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about the first Dan Miller video we have with Kelvin Shepard, and just kind of, again, we've talked about this in the past, but it just reiterates and gives you the feel for the temperature of the room and why things work for the Lions organization, why it's different from what it's been for the last 100,000 years to what it is now. But we are definitely going to get into it. Caesars Sportsbook, you should get into that, by the way, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports, because you can use a promo code Woodward1000. You make your first deposit with the promo code Woodward1000. You make your first bet, your very first bet, all the way up to $1,000, and if it loses, you get it back as a free bonus bet. So it's almost like a do-over, everybody. Scan that QR code on the screen, and it's Caesars, right? One of the OGs in the sports betting game. The app is clean. It's easy to navigate. It's not going to glitch out on you. The live lines are tight. Everything works as it should, which, as you guys know, with some of these other companies, that's not always the case, but it is with Caesars. Again, Caesars Sportsbook. Scan the QR code on the screen, promo code Woodward1000, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
It's the Les Stanford Sign and Drive sale. Get a 2024 Envision for only $239 per month, or try out the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation for only $249 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for only $789 per month. Zero security deposit, zero due at signing, zero first payment, zero acquisition fee. Get the Les Stanford today. Check out their massive inventory at the Sign and Drive sale. Les Stanford Buick GMC, LesStanford.com. Together, let's drive. Vroom, vroom.
All right, we're off and running here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network on a Tuesday. Rest in peace Tuesday, by the way. We'll get to that coming up towards the second hour of the show. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, KG, Chase hanging out in the Chase Lounge as well. You didn't go running outside today, did you?
No.
Okay.
Is there a limit to the degree like that you and Lentz have? Like,
For myself, I would say it's not as much a degree thing as it is a snow thing. The combo of the snow coverage and the temperature is probably going to lead to an indoor run on the treadmill.
Smart
talking
man.
about it with Neil yesterday.
I was going to question your sanity if you went
Yeah.
outside and ran today.
I think that you bring up the good point, right? Because the temperature is one thing or the conditions, but when you're running and there's snow and ice and stuff like this, you're more apt to an injury out there because everything's not plowed.
I fell not this past Friday, but like a week ago.
He's
Actually
a big man
fell.
to admit that.
Yeah,
Got
so-
back up.
Exactly. He's got to keep chugging. You know?
Jonesy in the chat has a question for you, D-Mac, just to kind of break script for a second. Hey, D-Mac, ESPN's Get Up this morning had PK's top 5 fights this morning, and none of your fights were in there. Does that kind of bother you? Probert versus Domi was on there, though.
No. I mean, it's his opinion, to whatever. And like fights for back in the day, and mine wasn't, the second Lemieux fight was more of a fight. That was more of a brawl. So, no. I mean, like, as far as they probably weren't.
Okay.
So, they're all 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He didn't give the top 10. So,
That's fair.
no, I mean, dude, like, why would it bother me? I mean, it'd be cool. It's cool, like, when you hear stuff like Charlie McAvoy wears number 25 because he grew up and he looked up to D-Mac as a kid playing, like, to me, and he's playing.
I meant to ask you about
That,
what
that,
is
that,
now. That's
that-
got to do something.
That pops me, right? Like, I hope that's like, like Lance Pierce, like, when I tell him that, because he was my idol, and Rick Tocchet, it makes me feel this, like, sort of the same way. Like, that there's a lot of, like, kids, over time, and that that's the flex. It's a flex when other people in other professions that you admire, like, have, like, so I'm a wrestling mark. So when the old school wrestlers know who you are, and, like the fact that Kevin Nash has a D-Mac jersey that I signed for him back in the day, like with NWO days. Like, to me, that's the rub.
Yeah.
So list. I mean, it's your own list. I mean, so and all the look at, like, you just brought up the door. How about, did he have Probert Cox on there? Any one of those fights. Like, there's
Right.
so many great fights. So no, it does not. It's your own opinion.
All right, D-Mac. Dan Miller, obviously the radio play-by-play voice
Legend.
of
Shout
the
out.
Lions. Yep, shout out Dan Miller.
Legend.
It was for Fox 2, right, Spenny?
Yep.
Yeah, he for Fox 2 had a couple of sit-downs with the new coordinators.
Yep.
Calvin Shepard was the first one, and Spenny cut this clip up here, and I wanted to play it because look, the Calvin Shepard thing, the defensive coordinator thing, I guess we'll get to that as well, but I wanted him to play this because I think I know where D-Mac's going to go with it. This was Calvin Shepard, the new defensive coordinator for the Lions with Dan Miller. Fox 2.
You are down the road now, and you are the defensive coordinator. So what does that mean to be the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions for Dan Campbell, a man who has had your back since day one?
It means everything to me. It's the reason I chose to stay here over other opportunities. It would have been almost impossible to take another job no matter what. And I told him that day, because he said, "Now, Shep, kind of looking ahead, that day's about to come to where I'm not going to be able to keep you." I said, "Well, maybe by that time there'll be a system to where we can have 2 head coaches and I'll be your head coach B here." Because, man, I owe a lot to Dan. Number one, the belief system he's had in me since day one when I met him in 2014 as a player. And then that's now carried over into the coaching career. He's one of the first people that told me I should take a shot at this thing. He saw it in me as a player. And you can say what you want, but the belief system, and other people try to say, I don't care what people think about me. That's not true. That's not human nature. You are going to care what people think about you. Why do you want to be good or great at anything? It's because you're judged amongst your peers. Well, judged amongst your peers mean you care about what others think. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't care about your performance. You wouldn't care, so it does mean a lot. And, I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in my abilities. But having a man of his stature stand in front and behind me and say, "You got this, you can do it." My first job here I was offered was to be the outside linebackers coach. And he was the first one. He said, "It would have been easy for me to make you Mark DeLeon's assistant. You played linebacker. That's comfortable. But to truly grow as a person, not just in this profession, you have to step outside of that comfort zone." And it's something he first told me getting into it. He said, "I want to put you with the outside linebackers. And those are really DNs." And at first, it was like a nervous shock. It was like, yeah, I want the job. And I'd love to have my own room, but I'm about to step in the room and coach a guy like Romeo Akwar, who I played with for 3 years. I'm going to step in the room and coach Trey Flowers, who's on a $100 million deal. I got to make sure I tell him the right things. And so after I got through that initial shock to my system, I dig right in. And it's always been about the support system he's kind of placed around me. No different now. But year one, I had Dom Capers sitting in my room every day. How
experience
you
there.
know what I mean? That's why I tell people I did not get here alone. Yeah, it took a lot of man hours and things that I had to go out and do, but I'd be kidding you and doing a disservice not to give back credit to the guys who've paved this thing for me, starting with Dan. And Dom Capers was exceptional.
And that was Calvin Shepard. And look, D-Mac.
Hold on. No wonder Kenny said he's the busiest guy at Woodward Sports.
Now
Am
you're
I
doing
right?
it too.
Am
You know
I
what,
wrong?
D-Mac?
Am I right?
Don't, D-Mac.
No, I'm just saying it made sense to me why you said that earlier.
Why do you got to do this, man?
I'm
In the
just
chat.
saying there's...
I want to have a conversation
We
about
can
the
have that
Lions' new defensive
conversation, but I
coordinator.
got to get that out of the way
I
because
want
we're
to.
all thinking it.
No, I want to. I
Isn't
want to talk
everybody
about the
thinking
culture of Dan Campbell. I want to talk about the experience he has. But you and your people.
You're right. These
D-Mac,
are your
and I'm-
people,
I just
D-Mac.
want to get it out of the way so
D-Mac,
we're
I'm
not
not
saying
mad
like
at you.
everybody in the chat's going, wait a sec, was that KG?
I'm not mad at you.
Relatives.
I'm disappointed.
Okay,
I'm
that's all right.
disappointed.
Thank
Okay.
There might be relations, right? I'm not saying, but Kenny just said that's why he's the busiest guy. But no, because Neil, I start there because what is there to say? What is there to say about everything that we've been told, right? You're the we've been told guy. So we've been told, and you let me know, does this stand on brand to what we've been told about why Calvin Shepard's our DC?
Well, let's see what the chat thinks, shall we? Woodward
Oh,
Sports
my
chat
God.
thread. Shad216. That's the KG stunt double.
It is not.
DNC ENT. That's KG Senior.
I refute these statements.
Now, Adiz 411. This is not KG.
Thank you, Adiz. Somebody with some sense in the damn chat, finally.
D-Mac, and this was off the air. Somebody asked, do you wear contacts in here, but when you do interviews with the Lions, do you wear glasses?
That was Chase, and no, I do not. Okay? Just want to state for the record. 2020 vision.
Stephen David, shout out
2020
KG.
vision.
Y'all can keep pushing this narrative. It's not hidden, y'all. It's not hidden. I'm sorry.
Shad216, KG wears many hats in life.
Yeah, but not with the Detroit Lions,
I'm
unfortunately.
just
He's
disappointed.
open for it, though. He's definitely open for
Oh,
the
absolutely,
opportunity.
I'm open
Yeah.
for it. But
I
not
wanted
with the
to have a
Lions.
discussion about
KG
culture.
Shepard.
Let me know when you guys are done, man.
this
Let me
shit
know
is
when you're
out of
done.
hand. They could go a whole segment on this.
No, DNC ENT. With all your free time being spent at Woodward, we better see a top 5 defense. Your
Well,
thoughts,
damn.
KG?
You can't threaten me. I don't run the defense. I agree, though. I agree, but still. Y'all leave me alone, man. I'm a black man in America, okay? I'm just trying to get through the day to day.
We just think you got some insight. That's all. Just feed us some
KG
insight.
stunt double, huh? We get that clip. Our production team spends all that time to cut it up, and I get, quote, KG stunt double.
I know, right?
In the chat. That's what we get.
Yeah.
So thank you for your efforts, Spenny.
I do what I can.
KG stunt double. How about in the future you just put Calvin Shepard and KG on the screen, split shot it,
Look nothing alike, by
and
the
we'll
way.
do that for a segment.
Got you.
We'll let
Give me 1
everybody
second.
do what they want to do, all right? Because you don't want to talk about football. You don't want to talk about the Lions culture, Dan Campbell,
Yeah.
the defense, any of that. You want to talk about, quote, KG stunt double.
Elephant in the
1 minute
room,
here.
Neil. We had to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Now we can move on.
Can we move on?
Now we can. We can attempt to.
Okay. Now, can
We'll
we
come
move
clean
on?
one of these times.
Okay. All right. Art Vandelay, KG. I mean, Kelvin. Have you talked to Myles Garrett yet?
No, I
you?
have not. I can confirm I have not.
Philly, KG changes his voice.
I can't change this voice. As much as I would like to, I can't do it.
Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take the break
We done
early.
burned the
You
segment
guys
on
did,
this
you
shit.
guys did this. And D-Mac, you started it.
I
You're
did
not
it.
getting away with this. Not
Accountability.
this time.
Accountability. I'll take full responsibility for this one.
I
You
expect
did
better,
this.
Mac. I
Dude,
do.
this is the weather out there. I slipped on some ice. We got off the track a little bit. Way to bring it back.
Doing
dude.
this
Let's go to
during Black
break.
History Month, y'all should be ashamed of y'all.
Let me tell you about jars, though. Here, let me get us back on track.
Okay, thank you.
Skiers and snowboarders get ready to send it on a 14-foot drop-in ramp with 3 custom features at the brand new Jars Utica location parking lot this Saturday. February 22nd, 1 to 5 p.m. Jam style competition judged by 3 guest pros. $8,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs. To register, go to jarscannabis.com/JarsRailsJam. Sign up, must be 21 years and older. First 50 participants lock in your spot, so make sure you get there today if there's any left. Myself and Stick will be doing a special Woodward Sports broadcast from 2 to 4 there. Spectators are welcome. The event is free, so please show up. You get free food with Jars purchases, live DJs, giveaways. So drop in, cash out this Saturday in Utica with Jars.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Get ready for the playoff run, everybody. That's right. Woodward basketball, Woodward hockey, all of it. We got new lines. They're locked and loaded. And for the football crowd, yes, the F Them Pick shirt is out there. I got to order mine up of that. F Them Picks, man. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right. We're going to try this again, everybody. Serious conversation. Shelby Rice. Neil is not mad. He's just disappointed in us all.
As he should.
I expected
No, I
it.
thought it was just me, so that's okay. I take the heat off.
Well, you
all
started
the rest
it.
of you.
Actually, the chat. You know what? I can't fully blame you. The chat started
Chat
it,
started
and then
it, for
you.
sure.
No, but it's the elephant in the room, so
And
we
you
got
fell
over
for
it and stuff like this. Maybe we'll be able to, like Kenny. But Kenny did tell us the Easter egg at the beginning. He said, "Man, working all over this place, all over this place, so all over this 313." That's what he meant.
Stephen David asked KG about his scheme. What's your scheme, KG?
I don't have a scheme. I prefer 4-3, but I don't have a scheme.
Johnny Little. And everybody knows KG's really James Houston.
Yeah, that's what I was told last season. I was told I was James Houston.
Whoa,
Make up your minds, people.
Whoa.
Am I just every black person with dreads, people? Like, just let me know so I can know where to operate.
That's blasphemy. KG Shepard. I like
KG
that
would
one.
never shit his pants.
No, he never would.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a grown-ass man.
DNC-ENT, nothing to do with BHM. I'm black and can tell this is the same human being. I mean,
that's a good
the
one.
Black person insider, right?
No. Just because one black person says it doesn't make
From
it
our
true.
local black guy, KG looks like him.
Yeah, no
Oh,
doubt.
my God.
Okay. No, Sean. That's where I draw the line. He does not. KG does not look like Lil Wayne.
No,
all
his
right?
dreads
that's
are-
a fact.
his
See,
dreads
I've
are in
been-
much better shape.
I've been
Yeah.
getting this shit my whole life.
Lil Wayne's got like 4 dreads left in his head. KG's dreads are much healthier than Lil Wayne.
Thank you.
Why talk about Calvin Shepard when you can just ask him directly?
I got nothing for y'all, man.
Tune in to Big D Energy with exclusive interviews with the DC daily.
Oh my
Be on
God!
this bitch like Aaron Rodgers every week.
I love it, man. I love it. Okay, no, but seriously though, D-Mac, when I listen to that clip, and it goes to show me I have to choose my words carefully here because I had the audacity to think that there would be some learning curve with new guys and new roles like when the season starts. I had the audacity to think that. Got shredded on Instagram because I said, hey, there'll be a learning curve. I don't expect – it's a lot like Terry and Arnold. I don't expect the Calvin Shepard of week 1 to be the Calvin Shepard of week 4, of week 10, of week 17. I don't. Like that's this game. That's the way this game works. So I have to choose my words carefully. But I will say this, D-Mac. I am even more hopeful after watching that interview because it's clear. This is a pipeline. This is a culture. This is a self-sustaining ecosystem. What, KG?
No, I'm laughing at Spitty. Spitty in the chat.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
No,
Don't
but
mind me.
D-Mac, but this is a self-sustaining ecosystem that they have here. And does that guarantee that it'll work as well as it worked before? No, it doesn't. But it does go to show you, D-Mac, there's a clear set of values they have, and they're going to keep it pushing.
Well, especially in this situation, because wasn't it in the back of this tells me that in Dan Campbell's perfect world and Brad Holmes that they talked about, this was always the end goal when Aaron Glenn moved on was Calvin Shepard. You look at setting him up for success from day one, but putting him around. And I love the fact that, he knows he's got to put the work in, but he's been put in a good situation with the people around him. I don't think that changes. He's still surrounded by former players and knowing what it is. My question is that I would ask Calvin Shepard is what is the difference between your philosophy on defense and Aaron Glenn's philosophy? So like what is going to be different? Is Calvin Shepard going to be more of a zone guy? You look at where he's worked with the ends and he's come from the linebackers. Is it where is his base coming from with all his talent? So no, Neil, everybody, no matter how long you've been in the league, this is a league of evolution. You have to get better. You have to get smarter. You have to outsmart each week. Is there going to come that we're going to sit in here this week of the 17 and go, Calvin Shepard, it looked like the other offensive coordinator might have out-schemed him? Maybe early on, that might be the case to whatever, but that's when you have the talent on the team to back you up. I think he's as prepared as anybody else to make this step up, and you nailed it in the perfect culture. He's as much part of what it is, from what we've seen of him. Now it's his time, and he's put in his time. He's put in his work, and for all intents and purposes, this is the guy that they deem gets this next opportunity. So this was always like the call. It was always in the game plan. To me, this was always in the plan, and the fact, but Calvin Shepard had to prove that he was worthy of it, right? So he's done all the work. They've done all the work. Now let's see how he's going to put this talent. Because here's the one thing too. Look at coming into this situation. The defensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions has never been in a better position, right? With guys, when guys are healthy going into training camp, having Hutch, having Hunter, Aleem, Reeder, Terry and Arnold, the linebacker. Like, this is the most talented that I would say in a long time. So how is he going to put these pieces together?
Speaking of the Hutch thing, I saw people talking about it in the chat. Dr. Pierce joins us today because it's Tuesday, and we're going to get into that, as a matter of fact. Hutch had his magic shoes on. Spenny, like you were – what did you say? It looked like a shoplifter at Five Below or something?
So it looks like when you steal something from TJ Maxx.
Okay. Dr. Pierce is going to explain that, though.
That's fair.
Okay.
We got a Lee McNeil, too.
We not like the rest.
Might get a strike there.
Dude, how long ago did you break that?
What's that?
How long ago was that vicious break that we saw?
October, right?
Yep.
October, November, December, January, February, March. February. Like,
he's ahead of schedule.
Like, I mean, look at in that much time, and he's running on it like that. That's crazy.
No,
not seeing that, and we'll talk to Dr. Pierce in the second hour, but the fact is when you see that, it's like, oh, he's going to be good. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, he was never
when
not going to be good.
Like, we've seen Aleem, start with his rehab and stuff like this. We've seen pictures even at the end of the year of Malcolm. All these guys are putting in the work because they all want to get back. They know how much of this opportunity with this team is.
Yeah, you forget, dude. Oh, 23 dudes. 23 dudes on IR at one point. And then there's DNC, ENT. Nah, but real talk, why didn't you keep your name when you went to the NFL, KG?
Oh, my God. I've never been to the NFL. If I was, I would not be here.
Just shake hands with Bill Clinton.
Yeah, that's a fact, though. I get around.
Wait a sec. Is that a shot on me?
Yep.
Because I was, I'm here. And I was
sorry.
in the show.
I'm sorry. But if I was getting NFL, buddy, I probably would be here. But I love y'all, though. I do.
Fair enough.
Neil, get control of your show. This
I
is
want
your
to.
fault, Neil.
Oh,
This is your fault.
No.
Yes. Get control of your program, goddammit.
Got a kid throwing up the Illuminati sign.
Right.
What? I cleaned up my fingernails.
No.
We're talking about the kid behind you.
This little kid. Oh. Just a random white child in the background.
I was wondering why the camera was on me. I didn't see it.
I remember when we were doing a episode of Chop and Puck, and Gibby came in, and he opened the door. He was like, "I said the same thing." I was like, "Who's that?" I saw it was Gibby. I was like, "Oh shit." Jonathan Scope came in one time.
So we have all these things going on right now, and then we have our chat, DNC also. Who's your favorite black guy? 313. Like, no, we're not. No. We don't need it, and we don't want it.
Jahmyr Gibbs is up there.
He's a good black man.
Yeah. Samuel Jackson's up there.
This is our month of appreciation.
My boy Darius is probably number one. He's my brother. KG's up there.
I like
up
KG.
there. Yeah.
KG would be, yeah.
Got an extensive list.
I'm gonna treat KG the way he treats me, though. Like, you wouldn't be number one.
I mean, that's fine.
Definitely not number two.
You definitely not number one on my list
but you're in there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you're in
not
there.
Good.
Yeah, we're not good, but we real good.
Who's your favorite white guy, KG?
KG?
You be getting final table money.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You be
Question of the
picking up
day.
final table money, bro. But that,
Yeah, how about that, D-Mac? Hey, KG, who's your favorite white guy?
Well, yeah, you definitely not one on the list. I'm sorry. D-Mac would have to be. He's top three. D-Mac.
Top three?
Yeah.
D-Mac and Spinny is in the
Let's
top
go.
three.
Yeah.
So
I'm
sorry.
Three's good.
Why?
I gotta put Maz in there, even though he's technically not white. I gotta put Maz in there a little
Man's
bit.
white enough. He's
Right.
spicy white.
He passes as
Hey,
white.
shout out. Make sure everybody wishes Maz a happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the GOAT, dude.
I think he's like
fucking love Maz,
167 or something.
Yeah,
like
right,
that.
something like that.
He was the reporter who covered Charles Foster Kane.
He did. Every single Kentucky Derby. Stephen Baffy. My favorite black guy is Neil Rule. See, there you go.
DNC ENT says top 5 black guys.
That would be a pretty interesting top
Can
five.
we do it in February? Though?
Yeah.
Is that
Wait,
pushing
what's the
the
date
line?
today? What's the date
The
today?
18th of
Today's the
February.
18th.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we have one on the 20th and one on the 27th, right? Okay, because I was thinking for this top 5 for tomorrow.
All right.
I want to do because we are a show of harmony.
Look at Neil
Racial
making excuses.
harmony.
Racial
Just say
harmony.
you don't want to do the
Racial
black
equality.
top five. Just say it.
No,
Just say it.
Here's
This
how I
is-
want to do this.
You want your card, but don't want to do a black top five.
No. Here's how I want to do this. Because in an effort to bring people and nations together. And in celebration of the hockey tournament
Four
final,
Nations, yeah.
the Four Nations tournament, I want to do top 5
Nations?
Canadian things tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Top 5 Canadian things tomorrow. The following Wednesday, to close
I already
Black
know what my
History
number
Month
one
with
is.
a bang, top 5 black people.
That's
There
what
we
I'm
go.
talking about.
Black people or black guys?
Black
could-
guys. Run.
It could be black guys.
Yeah.
What about women?
Top 5 black guys?
Top 5 black guys.
Because, like, I mean, black people, you got Megan Good, you got Halle Berry.
women
it's
is-
like my
that's
list would be
Top
easy.
5 black guys.
Okay, that's fair.
Is that fair?
Yep.
I think it's fair. Thank you, Neil, for expressing diversity on this show.
I just want to bring everyone together. Everybody love ELE. Everybody love
Yeah.
everybody.
I'll be making a call later on.
Okay.
We'll try and get that pushed through.
You gonna leave a voicemail?
Yeah. They probably ain't answering, but it is what it is.
Is fat athletes getting pushed to like the first week of March?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
There's our next 3.
Hey, lined up. Okay.
There's our next 3 lined up. Now, mark us on this, all right? Because
I
we
got you.
forget.
I got you.
Chase, mark us
Did
on
you see
this.
what we did last week when you weren't here?
Yeah.
No, I missed
Top 5 animals that we could beat up.
Top 5 animals you'd win in a fight against.
Yeah.
it. Who was number 1?
Um,
Who was your number 1? Do you remember?
I had wolf at number 1.
Yeah.
Because I did
oh,
in
mine was
ranking
my
of, like,
rat was
difficulty.
Brad Marchand.
Yeah.
I put Brad Marchand number
Yeah.
1. I
D-Mac had a kangaroo in his list, and I believe
Fuck yeah.
he can fight.
Yeah.
He can scrap a
unbox
kangaroo.
his kangaroo.
I'd
Yeah.
pay to see
He's got
that.
to watch his feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wax on, wax off.
Didn't
Okay,
Mike Tyson fight a kangaroo?
you know what? We're not going to make it through the off football season. We're not on a pace to make it.
Look at what we doing.
I-
Top 5 black lists. Look
Yeah.
at what we doing, man.
all
We need
good.
content, goddamn.
Dude, the bus is rolling a little slower down the road in the weather. It's cold.
Let's go.
The engine, the tranny's not. We got to let it warm up. We're
Yeah.
all good, bro.
Mike-
we got lots of time.
Mike Willett, thank you to the white guy running the show to allow a top 5 black guys list.
I know, right?
I think it was important.
Yeah.
I do. Black History Month. I think
I
it
mean,
was
you owe
important.
that to me. You made a whole segment off of me being Kelvin Shepard, so I think I'm owed this, to
fair.
be honest.
But then, like, see, we make an effort, right? Top 5 things about Canada tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
We try
I
to
already know
bring
what
things
my number
together,
one is.
and then Steve DeYoung drags it right down into the mud and says, so Michael Jackson only counts before the 80s. No, like, it's your list. It's up to you.
It's your list.
He was black the whole time, although his skin said otherwise, and his nose.
Jason in Brooklyn.
Definitely the
Let's
nose.
talk Lions.
Definitely the nose.
Jason in Brooklyn, we're going to circle the wagons
The
because
nose
we're going
said
to
he
take the
wasn't
break,
huge.
and we're going to
Yeah.
come back.
You now got 2 segments off of my goddamn work. I'm just saying, man. You owe me this top 5 list. And it better be good. No bullshit out
We're
of
going to talk about
No,
what?
Patrick
Yeah, yeah.
Ofaria, Bruce Lee is not black.
Please just play a commercial, please.
All right.
Please, somebody talk something.
No matter if you're Canadian, you're black, whatever. It doesn't matter. At Lady Jane's, they take
still need a
control.
haircut,
Getting a haircut. Come on in,
Black
anybody.
Canadians?
Talented stylists delivering industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. They are open 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Neil Rule here for FeldmanAuto.com, the best set of dealerships in the Detroit area. That is a fact. They do great charity work with the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. They've been a pillar of the community since 1996, and there's 19 Feldman Automotive dealerships. So we know about Feldman, Chevy, and Novi because they're Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. But what if you want a Ford? What if you want a Kia? The first move's still the same, guys. New car, used car, whatever kind of brand you want, FeldmanAuto.com is the play. The buying process is flawless. They'll get you in, they'll get you out, they'll get you the keys to your car. You're not sitting there playing around, waiting around for half your day or a full day or anything like that. They're the best, man. I know because I bought my car from Feldman Auto, and you guys can do it too. FeldmanAuto.com.
Where do you even go from here?
I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's just do this. We're not. Let's just go, D-Mac, okay? KG, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I get to program the show now.
It's your month, KG.
Right. It's about damn time. No, I'm talking. Can we talk about John Morton?
Yes,
please?
because I do want to talk about John Morton because this is the clip. All right? Let's run the clip.
So to be fair, Neil, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the Calvin Shepard stuff, right? As a DC being here and whatever like that, that's nothing new. That's sort of what we expected.
You do
with
forget,
the culture,
though, with Calvin
whatever.
Shepard.
Now, John Morton, we don't know because
Bingo.
it's not the former receiver. We hear all this about the guy being around, but to understand and to listen to the why he's here on a guy that's coming from outside, hired in, I think is more important. To me, everything's in place with Calvin Shepard. It makes so much sense. It's the culture. It's that's Dan Campbell's freaking guy. He's from apprentice to now, this is what he was supposed to be. But John Morton, that's the bigger, and I think the bigger question, because everybody, was it Ben Johnson? Was it the team? Is it the talent? Who's going to get, with all this offensive ability that we have, who's going to come in here and make the right decisions and make these guys better? So who is this guy?
Yeah, well, and the Calvin Shepard thing, to wrap that up, you forget who he was around. Right? Like talking to Dom Capers and having him right there and all that kind of stuff. Like, you do forget that. All these guys. And John Morton's another guy. Our own Braylon Edwards, he was the receivers coach for Braylon Edwards.
He was.
At San Francisco.
Braylon spoke highly of him, too.
And he did, yeah. And you know what? You know what kind of before we get to the Morton clip, you know what kind of popped me about, remember, because you and I were having that conversation with him. You know what really got me and really kind of got me to believe in John Morton as a coach was, remember when he told us, he said, he was my receivers coach at San Francisco, and in the moment where I was in my career, I'm like, well, here's this guy that wasn't a receiver in the NFL. What's he going to tell me? And then as the season went through, and remember, like he said, I wrapped up my first season, and I was like, damn, I'm glad that guy was my coach.
Yeah.
He said that's how impressive he was.
And he spoke to his level of detail, too, about how he will walk him through certain things as opposed to most coordinators who would just tell you how to do something and just expect you to know how to do it. He actually took the extra step in walking Braylon through a lot of different things. So he also brought that up.
No,
accountability. And so here's the whole thing, too. And what I got for the conversation is from Braylon, and not to out of his mouth, but it's like his maturity too as a receiver. It came along. You look at the receiver room that we have here, it's mature receiver room, veteran guys to be able to walk through. So it's mission at hand. And if you have a guy come in here and maybe give an extra detail to these guys, they want to absorb any information they can because it's such a fine line. You're talking about pro bowlers on our offense and stuff. So what makes pro bowlers better? It's the little things. So walking them through and stuff like this of why, when you understand why you're doing it this way as a professional, that's the biggest thing. Then you can commit to it.
Yeah.
Let's hear from John Morton himself as he talked with Dan Miller for Fox 2.
Well, it's about the players. And it starts with the quarterback, like I said. That's where we're starting right there. So it takes a little time when you first put an offense in. I've done this many times where you put a new offense in. And it's all predicated on who that quarterback is. And I think one of the smartest things that we did, when Ben, when he took over as a play caller, we brought Jared in. And then what do you really like, and then we go from that. Same thing we did back in the day when we got Drew Brees when I was at the Saints. This is how we're going to call the plays and everything. But Drew, when he was at the Chargers at the time, there were certain plays that he loved. And we even ended up calling it the way he did, as opposed to, okay, you're going to learn our terminology because, man, when he heard that play, he knew exactly how to play fast. So it was that was the process. Okay, let's find out what Jared's really good at, what he loves, and then we'll kind of build off of that.
So everything you're talking about kind of goes to what we'd heard about with that relationship between Ben and Jared and how important that was.
Huge.
And it was collaborative, and that's going to live on with you.
It's huge, no doubt. There's no doubt. I mean, we haven't got in the cut-ups yet and everything, but we'll find ways that how can we get better? And we'll figure that out, and Jared will be a part of that.
There are times when you...
Your thoughts, D-Mac?
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything mean to all the Goff haters or whatever like that. So to understand that this team goes how Jared Goff goes, and that's the
He
relationship.
just told you that, yeah.
No, I mean, that's what it is. I like the fact that he's been here before, right? So he knows what he's dealing with, and there's some sort of relationship. You know, he was here, he left, he came back to be the top guy. So to me, it's along the same lines as Calvin Shepard of that business as usual, but it's the little things like breaking it down. Not now, what's going to make this offense even better? It's the little things. It's the timing. It's the playing fast. It's the communication. It's stuff like that. So there'll be a little bit of a learning curve, but these guys are professionals and they're going to go to work. Like they're going to put the work in. So you're probably going to see them, the receivers like we always hear in the offseason, the stuff like that, working with the quarterbacks and stuff like that, but implementing different things. So, I mean, yeah, I love to hear it because that's what you need. You don't need just somebody to come in here and change everything. You need to go with what you have and somebody who's going to enhance it and bring out more.
Woodward Sports Chat Thread, Nicholas Duncan. I'm bricked TF up. So people are excited. There are some people that are not excited. Manugia Mansion, this guy does not look like a winner, which I don't know what that means.
You don't either. No, I'm talking shit.
What are you talking about? That guy looks like he spends 20 hours a day at the friggin' goes home to let his dog out or something. I mean, this guy looks like he lives there.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports Chat Thread, Dom Rivera. Big D, happy Tuesday, y'all. Don't forget to smash the like button for the guys. Yeah, click the like button. If you're here already, feel free to go ahead and do that. No, but D-Mac, again, with him, what I liked is, and this is weird. This is going to sound weird. You know what I liked, what he talked about? He talked about Ben Johnson, what Ben Johnson did. You never see coaches that go into a new role that replace somebody talk about what people did before them. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's an ego thing or what it is. And you see this in all walks of life, jobs.
But when you do that, it's sort of matter of fact, and that lets you know that you're not worried about anything else. That tells me that he knows exactly who he is and what he needs to do, and the self-awareness of what became we're not stupid. The guy's got a name, and other teams do that because they're not going to speak the name out of their mouth. He just dropped Drew Brees in New Orleans too. You know what I'm saying? That to me, that lets me know that he's more transparent. He's just having a conversation and being more natural, right? Not trying to protect I can't say that, or athletes speak sometimes.
I do like that about the Lions coaching staff, and that's pretty much everyone across the board.
Where does it start?
When they talk,
does it start?
They tell you what's on their mind.
Right? Starts from the coach.
Tells
if the
you what's
coach
on his
is
mind.
as transparent as anybody, it feeds down that everybody else to be like the coach. Not giving away too much, but letting you know how you feel. I mean, the guy... Yeah. I mean, one of the things that helps too is that the self-awareness. He's crying at the podium because I felt it. He felt like all of us. We're all in this together. So philosophies aren't changing, right? It's just putting in guys that can enhance what you already have.
We got to get John Morton to have a beer with Spenny.
I'm down.
Some Drippa? What do you think?
Yeah. I don't know if he's an IPA guy, but the Oktoberfest is really good too. Trade like that.
So there you go.
Yeah.
We'll have to get that figured out. Woodward Sports Chat Thread, Manugia Mansion. Neil, you not having a good day? I have a good day every day, man.
Right.
My parents worked in car factories every day of their life. I have a good day every day. All right. So don't get that twisted. Woodward Sports Chat Thread. Daryl Slaughter. John Morton seems like a lifetime coordinator, like a guy who won't seek a head coaching job. Selfishly, I like this. Well, why do we get caught up on that?
Because, I don't know. because everybody always thinks that it's the next level or whatever like that. Mission at hand. And when you're in it, like, you're professional. You're not thinking of the next. Maybe in a bad situation at the end of the season, you might be, but not when there's a mission. This is the only thing that matters.
Like, for the last time, you want this to happen with your organization.
That means they're good.
You want your coordinators to all go and leave for head coaching jobs because you'll find somebody else.
All right.
Because you have a network like that. Like, that's anytime you hire somebody, you do it with the goal of, unless you're like the top of the top of the top, you do it with the goal of, I hope the time comes where they leave here.
Yeah.
Because I hope that somebody else wants them
If
so
they're
bad.
poaching, that means you're good.
Right. It's
Correct.
like kicking your kid out the nest, man. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't get that, how we're terrified of that. I don't understand it.
These new waters for us still.
Shad 216 says that at the same, people aren't used to having coordinators being competent.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Right.
That's 100%
And I hate to
true.
burst y'all bubble. Most coordinators want to be coaches. There are no such things really as lifetime coordinators.
No.
Like,
There's just coordinators that haven't gotten a head coaching job yet.
Right.
Chris in the chat, Morton's definitely a Bush Light kind of
Randall
guy.
Small said that. I could see him in that Bush Light commercial. Dude, when
Bush.
For sure he's a Bush Light guy. So is Spenny.
Yep. Nothing wrong with Bush Light.
Not at all.
That was my college beer. I'm just saying.
Maybe get you by.
30 rack for $25.
Damn, that's how much it is these days?
It was, yeah.
Woo. $11.99. Plus deposit and tax, obviously. But
Yeah, but not even close to what the hell we got to deal with.
I know. Man. All right, let's take the break. When we come back, it's time to put some people in the coffin.
Let's do it.
Rest in peace, Tuesday.
KG is Kelvin Shepard. Dead. Gone.
Only getting started. You should get started at Planet Fitness, by the way. We're live at the Planet Fitness studios. Kids are off school Monday and Tuesday, so I change a routine. I'll be going there after the show, but it's all good. Doesn't matter because there's over 50 Metro Detroit locations for Planet Fitness. There's one close to you. And you keep saying you're going to do it. Planet Fitness is the way. If you're going to get in shape, if you're going to take this serious and get in shape, Planet Fitness is the only move. $24.99 a month for a black card to get you into any Planet Fitness anywhere in the world. Get you used to the amenities as well, the massage, chairs, all of it is out there for you. Clean facilities. You can go take a shower, get dressed, go on about your day. Make it an everyday part of your life. I've been a member there over 3 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. Why? Some of you are paying $70 a month. I'm looking out the window at a gym. $70 a month to be a member there. No thanks. I'm good at Planet Fitness. PlanetFitness.com. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights. They weigh the same.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Not doing anything on Saturday. This Saturday, February 22nd from 1 to 5, skiers and snowboarders. There's a 14-foot drop-in ramp with 3 custom features at the brand-new Jars Utica location parking lot, offering a jam-style competition with 3 guest pro judges, $8,000, yeah, $8K in cash prizes up for grabs. So register jarscannabis.com/JarsRailsJam. You got to be 21 years or older. The first 50 participants lock your spot in. Myself and Stick will be doing a special broadcast from 2 to 4 out there. So show up. Spectators are welcome. Event is free. You get free food with Jars purchases, live DJs, giveaways. Drop in, cash out with Jars.
All right, hour number 2 of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We got KG, Spencer Raxter. We also have Chase in the Chase Lounge, Woodward Sports chat thread, all of you. Joe Mo Lion King, my takeaway is that Morton knows it's a players' league, and he has the keys to the castle. No, Hunter, he gets that. That is for sure. Adis 411, Tigers open spring training game on Saturday.
Look out.
That is true.
We back.
Yep.
Hobby's back.
We gonna ride through this together, Neil. Last year you was a little hesitant, but I feel like this year, although they didn't spend, I feel like you on board.
I mean, they got the highest payroll in the Central.
That ain't saying much.
Not saying much.
It's funny, man. The Royals went out and signed a bunch of guys last year, did literally nothing this year.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. The Twins did literally nothing. But their owner told you that, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we got robbed in this TV deal.
Right. Still hurting off the Bally's deal. Damn. A year later.
A year later, exactly. Harder. 4 Nations really showing how All-Star break should be run. NBA was atrocious. NHL used to be horrible too, but we finally got something awesome. Harder. It's not an All-Star game. It's not an All-Star game. They wanted to get back into international play, and I think that deep down, they wanted to get back into international play where they control the TV rights to it.
That's where it always is.
And the payoff comes on Saturday.
Follow the money.
And the payoff
look
comes
at
on
TNT's
Saturday.
ratings. I mean, what are the ratings? I mean, I'm sure the hockey's up, especially for, on Thursday nights. I would expect that if anybody's going to dial it in, it's not like you're up against anything.
Right.
Because even Saturday nights you're up against, some different, basketball, different, pay-per-views, UFCs, wrestling, stuff like that. But Thursday, that's pretty open.
Right. So, again, it wasn't an All-Star because the NHL did this U.S. versus the world All-Star stuff before and no one cared.
Yeah, it sucked.
It's like people forgot about it. You remember when they did that?
Yeah.
U.S. versus the world? Nobody cared. So, again, it's not an All-Star game. It's international
it's
play.
different
that
when
they
you
hold the TV
make it
rights
countries versus countries, because you saw it the other day that you never get that anywhere else. You don't get that in the Olympics. Don't expect, fight because the Olympic hockey, the guys would be kicked out and stuff like this. So just the fine line of being able to bring it back and show the passion. Guys put their countries on with their, fellow countrymen. It's a different brag, right? There's a different brag that carries on. I think because it's not an every year event, right? That carries on to your chirps. It carries on to your locker room. It carries on to everything else. I mean, at the end of the day, you're built on competition. You're a hockey player, so it's about competing. And then this is the highest competition, and it's great that, for lack of intensive purposes, this is more playoff hockey, right? This is more intense playoff hockey, and you don't get that in any All-Star game. So, I don't expect. Would you expect that if you can't do that in basketball or it's the Olympics and stuff like that, right? It's different.
Yeah, well, the
Olympic dominance.
The Olympics the Olympic gold medal game had over 19 million people watching.
So there's something. Their
international game
There's
is
something
fine.
to national pride.
You're right.
So then not to say that, but how do you capitalize off it? So we're just hats off. Gary Bettman finally did something right.
Yeah. Harder said, I said All-Star break, not game. Fair, but the concept is the same.
Yeah.
Right? Like the concept's the same. It's just that whole bit, people act like the NHL didn't do this already and no one cared. You guys, you really want to boil it down? You know why this works now, right?
Why?
It's not because of hockey.
It's because of politics. Well,
politics is what makes it work.
There's more interest
Good
in
point.
it.
It is. There's political tension between the two countries, and that has proven throughout the history of time to be undefeated.
What do Americans love more than anything? Drama. We feed off of it. We love it.
No, absolutely. That's why. That's why this works. And did anybody watch last night? I didn't see all the Freebird USA hockey tweets last night.
That was what I watched last night.
I did too, but I'm
y'all
saying
junkies, that's different. But
No, but the drama was out of it.
Yeah.
Because Canada won, so there was no drama.
Well-
But the finals was already set.
And we haven't talked about putting tariffs on Sweden either. You know,
That's a
like
fact.
that's they're
Big T welcomes though.
the hook line wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Sweden's just the more talented Switzerland.
Yeah.
Stephen David, they booed our anthem, then we whooped their ass. Now we're all in. See, but that's my point right there. There's political tension, and we've proven we love that.
Yeah.
Proven we loved it. Can you imagine how many people would have watched a gold medal basketball game if we said we were going to put tariffs on France and France like booed our anthem and stuff like
it's
that?
high stakes now.
There would have been 75 million people watching that
That's
game.
a fact.
Tony D. Americans love sugar, sausage, and cheese.
I do love cheese.
I love all of those.
Sean Belizian sent us a photo of the
Yeah.
his sausage fest party
Three
he had.
sausage weekend.
Pause.
Yeah. Art Vandelay, Sweden has too many smoke shows. Leave them alone. Sound Kayak. This will put you on the spot, I guess, D-Mac. D-Mac, what do you think of the booing of the national anthem?
I don't think anything of it. I wouldn't boo. I consider myself can-American anyway, so, I mean, I have pride in both countries and stuff. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, it's disrespectful. So, I mean, that's my personal opinion, right? But I also stand in my living room during the anthem out of respect for the people that have allowed me to get where I've gotten. So it means something. I mean, it is what it is. Childish, but it's, I mean, like you said, I mean, it's a different way. And a lot of times, like the boo is that they boo their own anthem with the way that how they feel about their prime minister anyway.
Right.
So there's more issues. I think it's just like it makes, like I said, did it make the intensity at the beginning of the game and everything else? Hell yeah. Did it fire up the American team? Probably having to listen to that on the back, right? And they went out and did something. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't like it, but that's me personally. I don't think that, you know, but I also have a different feeling because I love both countries.
No, and that's fair. I get it. IT hits. It's garbage to boo any country's national anthem. Well, like when something like this happens, D-Mac, I kind of take a step outside myself and say, what would make them do that? And then, like, you look at the political tension, and then I say to myself, well, I can see why they would be upset.
Yeah.
I see why.
Them too. You
And
put
you know what?
25% tariffs on me. I boo too.
If that's their protest, if the protest is booing whatever, and that's where it stays and everything, like, you know, and then it's not conflict and it doesn't get into any violent or anything like that, then if that's the biggest way that it's gonna, then okay, so be it. Then some people aren't happy and stuff like that. But I think it's more of, you know, like when you if you know what the tariffs are, that's more on Canada than it is on anything else, right? It's not on the U.S. It's on the Canadian, you know, bringing in the products and stuff like this. So you can understand. What do I always say, Neil? Explain the why. The why's there.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's better than an alternative that you see in other countries.
Yeah, but I also have nothing to gain politically by being political about it.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not going to manipulate it to use it to my advantage somehow. You know, I'm over like the whole thing of it. Both sides. I am
think
for real.
In this circumstance, like it adds to the intensity of this game. Because now the Canadian national anthem is going to be played in Boston.
Yeah,
it's going to be booed, and then
they're animals to start
with
in Boston
with the American anthem, right? So
that
it's the sports payback. I'm sure it's like Spenny when in the Izzone and Munn Stadium when there's chirping on the goalies in college, right?
Yeah.
Where they're all like, "Hey, thanks for letting it in," or you know, like different stuff like that.
Yep.
So I mean, it's fair play.
Jonesy, 2 biggest hockey games of my lifetime are USA Russia in the Olympics and USA Canada this year. Political intrigue in both, and I do think like we are kind of making like a lot of this. This is a tournament that has been around since last week.
Yeah.
Right? Like it is kind of a made-for-TV deal.
Yeah.
So props to the NHL, and I would be fascinated to see the television contract numbers for it. Who profited from it? You know, where does the money go? All that kind of stuff. Because fair play to the NHL, you guys capitalize at just the right time.
No, that's a fact.
Sure.
Well, it's the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? You couldn't, you when you set this up and when you prepared this, you didn't know how the political landscape would play out and stuff like this. And yes, I heard her. I know that there's a hold on the tariffs and stuff like that. And it's just, we talked about it the other day. It's just so, isn't it funny how there's like 10,000 more people manning the border in Canada and Mexico now? So, I mean, I understand the why.
Yeah.
And, if you support Canadians booing our anthem and you don't like it here, you can get out. And Mark White will help you sell your house on your way out. We're going to buy yourself
Because he's a fine American.
He's a fine patriot. Mark White will save you up to $5,000 in your closing costs. Visit him at markwhitesells.com and call him at 248-290-8242. Mark White. 5 USA. Mark White will get you into your dream home if you're looking to come to the greatest country in the world. Mark White will get you in your dream home today. Mark White, visit him at markwhitesells.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chasing the Chase Lounge, all of you. I don't think there's any quick way to get out of this, but we'll try. Jonesy, Nick Hedigan, they're mad at us. That's their way of showing it. Freedom of speech is freedom of speech, not just freedom of speech the way you like it.
It's my freedom of speech to tell them to shut up.
They don't have it, I do.
Exactly. You want freedoms? You better come to the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And 2 Live is what we are.
I live for the Spinny America voice. I do.
Yeah. Then there's this stuff, like Full Slate Farms. Free trade screwed the U.S., got taken advantage of.
All right.
Let Sweden protect their country from Russia, or let Russia take them out. Okay, everybody.
Right, let's slow down.
Calm down, everyone. Yeah. The world doesn't work like a game of Risk, okay? Like that. Easy, guy. All right.
It might.
Spenny in the chat. What should the real name of the ocean be? Gulf of Hutch, Gulf of JMO, Gulf of Don Kelly, Gulf of Will Bynum.
Oh, God.
Will Thrill.
Dynamite.
I can't stand
I'm giving
Will Bynum was a dog.
Yeah, I'm giving Will Bynum a vote.
That's an era.
That was my vote.
Yeah.
That's an era of Pistons basketball I wish not to revisit.
Dude, Will Bynum was nasty.
Yeah.
He used to punch on people, too.
No, absolutely. But
I'll
it's
take
just
off a JMO. Thank you.
The moral of the story, Skydog 722. Neil, the biggest games in our nation's history happened at Lake Placid, New York. What brought that on? Political tension. Political tension and the fact that what we lose to them, 12-1 or something like that before. Like they were a team of pros.
And it was pros versus amateurs.
Yeah, that was like the perfect storm.
That's David and Goliath.
Yeah, David and Goliath, political tension. You could make a movie about it. Like it was all those things. I'm not talking about the propaganda machine and liberals and all that stuff. I don't do that stuff. Let's get back to America. Let's put people in a casket. How about that? Yeah. Let's do it. You guys ready for Rest in Peace Tuesday?
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah, I gotta think of somebody.
I think I am. Yes.
What's that?
I say yeah. I think I'm ready.
Who wants to go first?
You don't got one.
KG, no, I don't got one.
Chase, who wants to go
You
first?
got one, Chase?
I got one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Chase has been waiting on this one. I forgot about this.
Oh, God.
We're
Hey,
changing
you know
up.
what? Today's Spenny, you know what? We're going to lead Chase off.
Yeah.
Okay? You just haven't been hitting the fucking lefties good.
Yeah,
All right?
that's
It's
fair.
spring training, so we're going to give Chase a chance.
You
All
can
right,
be in the
Chase.
3-hole today. You
Batting
get the homer.
lead off.
Yeah,
What do you got?
batting leadoff. Chase in the Chase Lounge. Chase.
R.I.P. to the great, the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt, 24 years ago today on the final lap of the Daytona 500. I'm rocking the shirt. Dale Earnhardt Sr. fatally crashed into the wall and passed away tragically. The first Daytona 500 win of Dale Earnhardt Enterprises, his racing company owned by his widow,
Yeah,
Teresa
Waltrip won that,
Earnhardt.
right?
Yeah, Michael Waltrip won the race. His son, Dale Jr., coming in second. He actually won the Daytona 500 a couple years later in 2003 as a remembrance. But RIP to Dale Earnhardt. My first memory in my life. I'm 26 years old. I turn 27 next month. I was 2 years old. The exact day, February 18th, 2001, I was in Owasso, Michigan, at my aunt's house celebrating the birthday of my cousin. And we were watching the race. My uncle, big jokester, thought it'd be funny to just get in my face after the crash, like immediately after the crash happened. He gets in my face and he just screams, "He's dead! He's dead! He's dead!" in my face.
Jesus Christ!
He's a weird guy. He's
Nightmare.
Yeah, essentially. He was a goofball. He thought it was funny. Obviously didn't know the man had like fatally crashed into the wall.
Actually died.
But like Dale Earnhardt, my all-time favorite athlete in any sport. My first memory in life, truly, like it's like a 15-second little snippet of like him crashing into the wall, my uncle screaming in my face, and then me hating Kenny Schrader in the number 36 M&M's car for the next 10 years because I just didn't comprehend the incident and I thought he killed him when he crashed into him. So
there it is.
Praise Dale.
Right.
That's the
praise hell, praise Dale.
Absolutely.
Did actual RIP on RIP
Truthfully,
Tuesday.
yeah, the anniversary.
I got one.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I
Spencer
got one.
Raxter, who you putting in the coffin?
RIP to whatever the fuck the NBA was doing at the All-Star.
Yeah, that one's
that
dead.
was the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Kate Cunningham, Jalen Williams, you owe them better than that, NBA. They played their asses off all season. They've done a lot to get to the point. All the sacrifices they put in as athletes, as basketball players. Their first All-Star game, Kate Cunningham gets 5 minutes. You got Kevin Hart, Mr. Beast, and some four-eyed idiot from the stands getting more screen time than Kate Cunningham in his first All-Star game. Shame on you, Adam Silver. Shame on you, NBA. That shit was hot garbage. And I'm an NBA guy. That was embarrassing. That's the worst All-Star game I've ever seen.
You know what's funny about it, Spenny? I think the format of the game can work. If they did 4 quarters, you play them to 40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I liked it. I liked the format they did last time where they were like, all right, we'll set a limit on the score at the end of the game so you get 5 to 10 minutes of real basketball at the end of the game. The first half is all the, cool all-star game shit with the crazy threes and the lobs off the backboard and shit. And then in the last 10 minutes of the game, they're actually playing basketball. I thought that was good. I like that. Because you're not going to get a real game of basketball no matter what you did. I liked what they did last time because they actually started playing defense in the second half. But then Adam Silver just got to keep throwing spices into the mix. Shit didn't work. You gummed up the mix, Adam Silver.
And to be fair, the NHL's guilty of that too. Mm-hmm. Like all the tricks and everything that they tried with the All-Star game too, all of that sucked.
Trash.
Also.
Yep.
All of it sucked. Like, I'm on your highway when it gets to mine. All right, I'm on your highway. We'll wait for mine.
DNCENT bootlicking says, and you literally cannot RIP All-Star Weekend. This is America, and I just did, motherfucker. RIP. That shit was trash. More commercial time than basketball time. Kevin Hart getting more screen time than Cade Cunningham. Fuck that. NBA, that was embarrassing.
KG, what is the deal with Kevin Hart, by the way? Like, he's fine, like, he's funny and everything, but...
I got it during, like, the 2010s because he was really, like, top shit during the 2010s. I don't need to hear Kevin Hart doing his best Rucker impression during the All-Star game.
He's an industry plant now.
Like, what's the name was actually getting mad at him, it looked like. I can't remember what player he was talking about, but it was a mess. Yeah, SGA, he was getting mad. Yeah, like... It was just too much. It was just too much. And I hate to be that guy. Spinny kind of took mine, so I'll RBI double on this. This format is just, it's horrible. And this isn't the first time they've done the target score format. They did it a few years back.
I actually like it.
And it was solid. Yeah. But like what they doing now, and I was crediting Adam Silver for at least being willing to try different things, but now you doing too much, bro. Just simplify the fucking game. Let's bring it back to a regular basketball game and go from there. But yeah, this shit this weekend, it was bad, man. It was bad.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't it.
No,
and D-Mac, that was like a perfect bad storm for the NBA. For your stuff to be going on that weekend, and then the Four Nations is going on, and they play an electric game, USA, Canada. That was very bad timing for the NBA. Tough break.
Well, I mean, and when you had, like to Chase's point about, R.I.P. Dale Earnhardt, but the Daytona 500 was Sunday, stuff like that. William Byron.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Back to coming from ninth in the restart. This is crazy. Crashes at but there's like, I think that people, like, we're the different things we must see to see the top talent. It's just like turns into more of a joke.
Yeah.
Right. And then what Spenny's fact, I saw the Cade's intro, but then it was like,
it was over.
Where's Cade?
Yep.
5
Where's
points.
Cade?
Gone.
I thought Cade was out here. So I mean, and again, it is what it is, but it doesn't, to Neil, to your point, puts the glaring light on how bad it is.
Yeah, like
even more so, like because of everything else going on around it.
Like Kool-Aid was saying in the meeting, there's literally no highlights from All-Star Weekend. Like, what is the highlight?
Yeah.
Like, maybe Mac McClung, and I got to give him an honorable mention. R.I.P. to anybody trying to go against that white boy, because it's over.
Well, you know what it
literally
sparked? I don't know if you
single-handedly
saw
bringing
this,
it back.
but it sparked. I saw on Twitter Adam Levine and Giannis, and there's like a couple tweets going out. Is like, man, this boy might cause me to get back in this.
Yeah.
And somebody said, well,
they always say that.
If you do, but if you do, I do. But they, not, you know what I mean? But it just starts it up because they realize how bad it was.
Yeah.
But if that's it, you dunk it over, and
A G
if you
Leaguer
haven't
has
seen,
won it 3 times.
McClung dunk over the car.
That was sick.
That was dope.
sick.
Right,
That
which
white
is
boy.
like, I guess that's the highlight, right? The dunk contest, the highlight, and you don't have guys that you don't know. So.
D-Wade ruined the dunk contest. I 100% blame Dwayne Wade for it. Because Aaron Gordon had the best dunk I've ever seen in a dunk contest.
That's a fact.
And he gave it a 9.
He sat in the air, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I would never get over that. So Levine shouldn't have won that first one.
No.
No, it was, and they've run out of ideas, man. Like,
Yeah.
there are no more dunk ideas. It's like movies. You notice how we just only
You had
remake
John
movies?
Collins wearing a stupid fucking old-timey hat, jumping over a prop plane, and then he couldn't get over. That's the worst dunk I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty bad.
That
They're
was-
remaking
Shout out
the
Mac
Odyssey.
McClung,
We were
though.
talking about that on our top 5 strippers' names, like you talk about running it back with the old movies.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I agree with that. Darren McCarty, who are you putting in the coffin?
Well, you know what? I'm putting the PGA Tour, and just to the fact of their I'm putting their high and mighty all being in, because if you don't know,
People still
they're gonna
do that.
fold that. So this goes to Rory McIlroy and Monahan and Tiger about the PGA and the LIV split, because sooner than later, maybe even next week, or at least by the first major, all the LIV guys who went away, like Bryson DeChambeau, and took all the money from the Saudis in the LIV Tour, are going to be able to play on the PGA Tour. So for anybody, and I love this, if you haven't seen it, there's one of the golf put out is, what are your thoughts on? Looks like Bryson DeChambeau just took $125 million from the Saudis and came back to be a bigger baby face than he could ever be on the PGA Tour. So the fact that I love it as a golfer and a golf fan, that the best players should be able to play not just the majors, but to be on both if you're good enough and stuff like this. And it looks like the guys who gambled on themselves and took the money from LIV will win out in the long run. So I guess it's more or less betting on yourself, but it's bigger than most. So I'm happy to see this come together. So we'll see the best of the best play, no matter where it is.
No, that you're right.
Yeah.
And everybody should have taken that money.
Yeah.
Just like I sat here in this chair and said, if they were going to give me David Faraday money and give me $15 million to go be the commentator, the chair would be spinning.
Oh, that'll be awesome, right?
right.
Because if that think about that, so that opens that up. That opens up, and I don't think, but like to even him come back and talk about it or be able like that. Yeah. Where's the bag?
Everybody who turned that money down was dumb.
Why hasn't the PGA tried to do like a collab event with Liv? I think that would be, smart on their part. Stop trying to fight Liv. You're not gonna beat the Saudis. Like it's over. They got too much money.
It's pretentious.
It's funny. I was talking with Tony Paul from the Detroit News the other day. He covers golf, for the Detroit News among other stuff. He was telling me that Liv Tour has lost $1 billion, over $1 billion of money, and they don't care.
They don't.
Does not matter at all.
Does not matter to them at all.
They print that. They don't care. They print it.
Can the Saudis buy the Tigers?
Please.
Yes, please. It will have a competitive team by next year. I promise you.
Well, we'll have a third baseman.
Yeah.
And
we'll
a
have more
shortstop.
than a third baseman.
Yeah, and a shortstop. All right. Grow MI Green Thumb, USA versus Europe players. They've done all that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. You need a political enemy.
Yeah.
All right. For me, rest in peace to all-star expectations, because they're never going to beat your nostalgia. Nostalgia's undefeated.
Yeah.
The way things used to be to us is undefeated. There's nothing they can do that's going to make you feel the same way in the moment that you feel about how stuff used to be. It's just not. So just put that stuff in the coffin, man. Rest in peace to expectations, because they're never going to live up to your nostalgia. Never.
Is it just a product of where we are, as a society?
All of it, yes. All of it, yes. And the whole, a tour, live is trash. James, NBA is trash. Like that, we just want to say stuff is trash, dude. Like that's what we want to say.
Right. Can I get an extra one? A little extra drive-by?
Yeah, sure.
R.I.P. to Kenny the Jet Smith, acting like he wanted to win that at all. Because Kate Cunningham was the best player on your team, and you didn't start him.
That's a fact.
Kate Cunningham you gave him 5 minutes. Jalen Brunson lost you that game. Jalen Brunson cost us watching Kate Cunningham in the All-Star game more than 5 minutes. Because he's out there jacking up threes and bricking all of them.
Yeah.
That's your guy, too.
No, we fuck with Kenny the Jet, but that was some bullshit.
No, I'm talking about Brunson.
Oh, yeah, I like Brunson. I don't like how he plays, but I like him.
Yeah. That was some bullshit,
He
Kenny.
helps the Knicks win. But, yeah, you got to start Kate. He's the best player on that team.
Woodward Sports chat thread, James, NBA needs a salary cap.
What?
They do have a salary cap.
NBA has a salary cap.
What?
That's why you saw Luka Doncic get traded.
Yeah,
because we're not giving this dude $350 million.
That's crazy.
So that was it.
Tell me you don't watch. Just say you don't watch. It's okay.
I'll watch The Door when Soroki's gets delivered.
Hey,
I'll watch that.
You're damn right. Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza, just delicious stuff. 7 different flavors of wings for you to choose from. My personal favorite is the spicy garlic, but you can try them all and choose your own favorite because you're your own person. Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza. Stop in anytime. Find one near you at Sorokis.com. Don't forget about those biscuits. They're delicious. Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights. Live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Click that like button since you're in there right now. Sound Kayak, life is not all about money. Well, once you have enough of it, it's not about money.
Yeah. And tell that to the corporations.
I'd be a lot happier right now with a couple $1 million.
Preacher313, rest in peace to the Detroit Shock. We're never getting a WNBA team again, but Ishland gets one. WTF. Detroit still, they're going to award 2 more.
Yeah.
What's so great about Cleveland?
But your boy Dan Gilbert turning on his own fucking hometown.
I mean, I give Dan Gilbert a pass. He's done a lot for Detroit.
No, he has, but still.
And Detroit's done a lot for him too.
That is also true. But like he's
just joined the Detroit Avengers, bro. Everybody we was all in. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, well, it's sticky with him owning the Cavs and stuff like that. But yeah. Woodward Sports chat thread, DNC ENT. So, Neil, you really just believe he is an out-of-shape, lazy, no motivation to win, POS, you can't give a supermax to? You really believe that? Have you heard Nico Cope? DNC ENT, I've given you guys some of the background from it.
Yeah.
All right?
That is what the Mavs believe.
That's what the Mavs believe. So, there you go.
And I'm not mad at him for it.
And Jalen Rose, shout out, close personal friend of mine.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Backstage at concerts.
You got a photo together.
Hanging out at Boldy James concerts, Pistons games. We see each other all the time, rubbing elbows. He said it best. He was like, if you're not going to pay Luka, sell the team. Like, if you're not going to pay Luka Doncic, who are you going to pay? Even if you don't think, you're like, that's a bad business move on top of a bad basketball move.
Yeah.
Losing Luka Doncic, he is one of the top 3 biggest global superstars in the sport. He brings in so much revenue to your franchise. That is a terrible business.
But
move.
if you feel like he's not the guy to get you to the promised land, and that's why you would give a player like that a contract, is to get me to the promised land. If you don't feel that way, I'm not mad at it. That's $350
he got
million.
you to the finals last year.
I understand that.
And then
but
laid
look
on
how
the court.
Look how he acted.
Literally laid on the court. D-Mac, here's the one I wanted to do, and I'm excited for this one. Spenny asked the question, if you could add one all-time Detroit athlete to their current team, one all-time Detroit athlete to the current team, who would you take? And why would you take him? Anybody. Now, it's easy. I think it's easy to say, oh, go put Miguel Cabrera on the Tigers, right? Like prime Miguel Cabrera on the Tigers.
That's what they need right now.
Definitely up there.
That is what they need right now.
Definitely it's up there.
Mine is easy money, too.
Mine's easy money right out of the fucking rip off my top of my head.
Yep.
What is it?
Sergey.
Man, you stole mine.
No, I didn't steal yours. I've been preaching it all along. If fucking Larkin is Yzerman and he needs his Fedorov, I'll give him Fedorov. Right?
Yeah.
Like plug and play. Not only that, but also what Sergey Fedorov does on your power play, because put him on defense. Mm-hmm. And then it doesn't take away from your offense. Let him play 25. Like in this day and age, he could play 30 minutes in this game. Flying around the ice. So,
what would he be in today's game?
I think
whatever he wanted to be.
Yeah, it's what's his motivation? You know what I mean? Like where would it like if he wants 50-50, but he's like point and a half a game. You can't touch him. You can't hold him up. You know what I'm saying? He gets to buzz around. Like, I mean, he's as good as.
And he marks Connor McDavid or Matthew Tkachuk. You know,
right?
like,
Shuts him. And then shuts. So if you need him to shut down that game, and maybe like he'll get on the board in the power play or whatever like that, or you need him to carry the weight. Like that's he can. Whatever you need, just you let him know. He gives you. So where prime Sergey Fedorov in today's NHL? He's top 3. I mean, you can argue with me that like McDavid and Draisaitl, and he's right there.
Total package, yeah.
He's right there, as valuable as they are.
Could you imagine
mid-90s Sergey?
The power play right now of
and he don't get touched. That's the biggest thing. Like he played through the era where guys like
Could grab
would,
you?
Grab him, punch him in the head, and get away from it. And you know what I mean? And you skate by, reach out, grab him, hook him.
Could you imagine the Wings power play, which is very, very good in the NHL right now, of Larkin, DeBrincat, Kane, Fedorov at the point?
Yeah, and then
because he could do that.
That's where I put him. I put him up there on the
be
top.
Out there in some
You're running him the top of the diamond, right? So
that would be awesome. Here's a good one: Mikhail Dunlap, prime Sioux on the Lions right now. Yeah, I didn't even think about that one.
That would be dope. They do have great interior people already, but they
don't have that guy.
They don't have
no, they don't. But mine is easy. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Calvin fucking Johnson, Sam Laporta. I don't care who the fuck playing quarterback. How do you stop that? You don't. How do you stop that?
What do you got, Spenny?
I have two of them. The one was Ndamukong Suh was one of mine, but I'm looking at the Red Wings as well, and Sergei is definitely a choice, and I would have made that choice. But this one's a little bit of nostalgia, as well as he is arguably the greatest defenseman in the history of the NHL. Give me prime Nick Lidstrom on this Red Wings team.
He gets slept on.
Give me prime Nick Lidstrom. I think he's the best defenseman in the history of the NHL. You put him next year, top pair, him and Axel Sandin-Palinka. Oh, how sweet it is. And then you got Edvinsson and Seider as your second pairing. The fuck are we talking about? That would be insane.
Is Nick the greatest defenseman ever, D-Mac?
Yeah, I mean, who's the other one in this category? Bobby Orr?
Yeah, Bobby Orr.
I mean, I never played against Bobby Orr. Just being around Nick Litt, hockey player. He's arguably
one of the greatest hockey players you ever stepped on the ice.
Just gets slept on because, he's just quiet.
The perfect human.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, that'd be one when we talk to Doc. Ask Doc.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Doc in a couple of seconds.
We are? Okay, cool.
As a matter of fact. Tell him about Lady Jane's.
Absolutely. Lady Jane's Haircuts. We take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented stylists will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for FeldmanAuto.com. There's 19 Feldman Automotive dealerships in and around the metro Detroit area, so there's one near you. And guess what? No matter what kind of car you're looking for, if it's a Chevy, then it's Feldman Chevy in Novi because they are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the nation's #1 EV dealer. But what if it's a Ford? What if it's a Kia? Feldman's got you covered on that angle too. All you need to know, need a car, go to FeldmanAuto.com, and they can take care of the rest for you. FeldmanAuto.com. All right, keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. It is time to talk to our injury insider from the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Of course, it is Dr. Jeff Pierce, who is not in Miami. He's not in Israel. He's not anywhere around the world. He's right here in Birmingham, everybody. Doc, welcome home.
Thanks. I mean, this cold weather encourages me to leave again.
Yeah, well, you and me both, brother.
Yeah,
you and me both.
I don't know.
I'm broken. I talked about that in the beginning of the show. I offer no more resistance. I'm broken.
Yeah, it's like it's better not to know what else is out there and just stay here and be naive to it.
Absolutely. Well, Doc, I talked with you earlier. We said we want to talk about Aiden Hutchinson and stuff like that, which we are going to get to. But we were just talking about it with DMAC here. If you could drop any athlete into any former Detroit sports great into their current team, who would it be? And Nick Lidstrom got a lot of love. And so since you're here, what made him great?
What made him great? So I was there through all of Nick's years and became as personal friends as we could. But there was something that most people don't know. I mean, it was his upbringing. It's the calming effect that he had on the game to his team alone. He never got too excited. He never got too down. It was that even keel, tremendous understanding of the game. Like him and Igor just had, and Matt can speak to this, they had a different understanding of the game because how they were taught as kids growing up. He said, he was selected early on in his country to play hockey. He's like, we didn't play games. What you do here in the States, because I was like Mr. Hockey back then, Dr. Hockey, because of the Detroit Sports Center, we dealt with a lot of kids that you took a little bit of talent and you just killed them in games and didn't really develop. He talked about development as a child, understanding the game, understanding how the rink works, how the plays should be developing. He had a clearer understanding of the game than anyone. And his dedication, his work ethic, everything, he was just someone kind of like the Lions locker room. He led by example, quietly. You never heard him say anything. You never heard him step out of line. I mean, nobody rattled him. He was just the greatest player. It wasn't just because of what he did on the ice. It's what he did off the ice. It's how he calmed all his players around him. Mac, am I accurate? Am I hitting?
No, you are. And the biggest thing, too, Doc, what made him, because he was never injured.
Never hurt.
Till the end of that goes to show, to me, it's like his preparation, and people don't see the work that he puts into himself, like quietly. Everything's done quietly, but, I mean, this is a guy that was as good of an Iron Man, not only in the league, because of his availability.
If you've seen him lately, he could still do it. I mean, he could still be out there. But, yeah, the injury part, it's because of his preparation. He knew what to do. He didn't overdevelop certain muscles. He didn't make the beauty muscles. You know, like Mac, we can pick on him. He was in the gym kickboxing and boxing to develop what his skill level was for the game. That's what he brought to the game. What Lindstrom brought was finesse. He brought, a beauty of the game and an understanding that it's no other. I mean, you can look at Igor. Igor was never really hurt. These guys understood the game. They were more proactive prevention, which is really what we talk about the most. I mean, he is the king of it. I mean, it's that simple. He understood the game. Like when you talk to the three people I really come to mind is Scotty Bowman, Igor Larionov, and Lindstrom. When understanding how the play develops, they're seeing it like a chess match. They're 2 to 3 steps ahead. When you're 2 to 3 steps ahead, unless somebody hits you, unfortunately, outside the game, you're prepared to be in the right place at the right time, which again eliminates injury. His conditioning, he was ahead of it. He was a master.
Talking with Dr. Pierce, our injury insiders, we do every Tuesday here on Big D Energy. All right, Doc, big news out of the Aiden Hutchinson camp, Lions camp as well. Aiden Hutchinson running, as a matter of fact. We played the video earlier, and there you're getting a look at it as well. This kind of shook the internet yesterday, and he's out there doing it. And, Doc, I'm not going to lie, I hearkened back to a previous discussion we had. I believe it was around the time that the injury happened. Might have been a couple weeks after it or whatever. And you brought up the fact, you said, with this rehab, the degeneration of the muscle in the injury leg is going to be the atrophy of the
Spence,
muscle in the leg.
Can you try to get a picture of holding him in frame so we can see him?
Yeah. But you foreshadowed this. You talked about it. And I can't remember your exact verbiage. I don't want to put words in your mouth, Doc. But I came away with the feeling of that is going to be a difficult part of the rehab process in and of itself, because you can see it in the video, the difference between the left injured leg and the right injured leg. He's an intensely strong individual. You talked about when he injured his leg, that went into the factor of the injury because of the massive strength.
Right. I mean, this is normal recovery. I mean, if you could see his running. Like, he's moving his arms more. And what I was talking about in the positives, there's a lot of positives in that video. There's positives that he's just playing running, right? So he's full weight bearing, putting pressure on. When you run, you put pressure on. A little tidbit, actually, when you're running and you're truly running, you're not touching the ground, so you're actually putting less pressure. So a true run means both your feet are off the ground at certain periods of time. So efficient runners. So what he's trying to do is learn how to be a more efficient runner. You see how he's moving his arms more in tandem to his legs. But he's also short-stepping that left side. His left side's fatiguing out a little bit early. You can see the difference when he starts off to where he finishes. From an analytical standpoint, he's doing great, but it's not like, oh, he's ready. You know, in that video, he's not ready to be running like he does. And the atrophy is just natural atrophy. That will come back. That his size will be, in 3 months, equal to both sides. There we go. So you can see his, he's got
the thigh. The thigh alone, you can tell.
The thigh is the coolest muscle because you see it just atrophy and waste, and it comes back the quickest. So it's the scariest because it's the biggest muscle, but it also comes back the quickest. And you see he's got some type of bracing compression on that leg, which he should have. And you're really worried about what's going on after, how much swelling's happening, what's he doing from a fatigue standpoint, are all the muscles firing? And he's actually running, I would say about an 80% rate from left to right, which is great for where we are. We all want to say who would have played in the Super Bowl and things like that. He doesn't need to run like this. He need to be positioned. So we'll never really know if he could have played in the Super Bowl, unfortunately. But this he's not giving up. He's working his butt off to be. He wants that. He wants a chance. A Super Bowl. Does he want an MVP defensive man? He does, but I guarantee you that's secondary. He wants to contribute actively, and he's working his butt off, and this proves it.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Art Vandelay, Dr. Pierce is the pit bull of the medical world, Mr. Worldwide. No, absolutely, but he's back here. He's back here in studio. Woodward Sports chat thread, by the way. We'll do the Javi Baez hip stuff later. All right, we'll do that as the season gets.
There was the Ali McNeil stuff too.
Gets closer. Yes. Oh yeah, that was the other thing too. We also saw some video of Aleem McNeil, just in kind of like the preliminary. And look, the Aleem McNeil thing is, but you see the atrophy there with Aleem McNeil as well.
Yeah, that's even more to the thigh, because you got to take it all out. The biggest thing with knee injuries for everybody, how to preserve your knee, is to keep your thigh strong. It's a 3-to-2 ratio. So the front muscles, your quads to your hamstrings, should be at a 3-to-2 for any knee injury. For anybody having knee pain, that's something to do with that. You're gonna see it's nice. Those if we had to say it's a 4-stage program, he's in stage 1, 2, where he needs to get to 4. So it's early on. He's working on what we call proprioception. You're talking about feedback systems, that he has to start getting those muscles firing and triggering again. So you want to look at that. And going back to Hutchinson, that's also really important, is that proprioception, how he's hitting the ground, how he's not foot slapping, how he's working the full mechanics of his heel to toe and push off. Those are all mechanical things. When I say Hutchinson's going to come back stronger, he's going to learn the mechanics of running and working out. He's not going to take it for granted. And he's going to be more efficient in what he does.
Woodward Sports chat thread, by the way. Doc is here. Somebody asked Zach Soap, Doc, I hurt my rotator cuff somehow months ago. It still hurts. How should I start rehabbing it? You don't know a diagnosis, so that kind of puts you in the spot.
Well, he said rotator cuff, so we'll assume shoulder, and I'll assume it's not completely torn. But, it's a lot of rubber band work. It's a lot of range of motion stuff. It's, if you truly hurt it, if it's going beyond 2 months, you need to be seen by a sports doc. I mean, we'll be happy to see you if you're local. But, yeah, if it's over a 2-month period and it's still aching, if it's worse, that's a bigger problem, because you're starting to compensate with the other healthy muscles and ligaments around it. So you start going through that rabbit hole you don't want to do.
No, absolutely. And, we have the QR code for Doc if you want to give Doc a spin. D-Mac, you vouch for Dr. Pierce. He helped.
100%. Yeah. I mean, if you like winning. I mean, if you like feeling better and you like winning and you want to get right back on it, a lot of it is just getting the information to make sure you're doing it properly. So you're not hindering yourself. Like, how many times Doc could tell you is that people who want to put the work in, show up, do whatever, but they're doing things that are actually hindering themselves. So if you're going to do it, if you're going to get into it like we're talking about with your rotator, make sure that your steps are doing it. The one thing that Doc does really well, right, is in the communication is A, gets you to B, gets you to C, gets you to where you want to be, right? So, like, and if you follow, this is like him, and without quoting, if you follow what I'm telling you, we'll do this, this, and this, then you'll be ready by this. I'll have you ready. I promise you I'll get you ready. I'll use an example. All the stuff during my comeback, right, where I was in there and I started coming in December, and the object was to get me back on the ice playing in the eye in a month. Right, so we did 2-a-days. We did, just different treatment. He said, just stick to this plan and show up, and I'll take care of the rest. Whatever we're going to be working on in between him and Sean Clark, and whether it was on ice, off ice. But a lot of it, Neil, was get my body prepared to take the abuse that he knew. Once I get out there, that I'm not going to protect myself because I play a certain way, but the fact that he knew what he was getting into, what I was going to do and not be in, is the same reason. How do you think that I can be the only player to make the comeback and play in the IHL, the AHL, and the NHL and win the Stanley Cup in the same year like that on the comeback at the end of my career? It's because of the people around me that put me in the best possible position, that knew me. If he doesn't know me as well for 20 years, 25 years, that, because it's and take this for what it's worth. The physical is one thing. That's just, but it's the mental, and so to know why you're working towards what you're working for, instead of just going in and listening to somebody. He's going to educate you along the way, and so to how to, okay, do we want to be here? Do we like spending this much time here? No. So how are we going to prepare to not get injured also? Because like you said, more and more and more, and the education's come further even more from the last 15 years. So it's just, don't tell me what, tell me who. Doc Pierce is my guy. That's the who. And trust me,
priceless.
Do me a favor and call him and berate him with so many questions, right?
No,
because
my tolerance for all the questions have been limited.
Well, all right.
No, I mean, just to echo that. I mean, that's what we do. I mean, we really do. We're not like, oh, you need to go lift. You can go do some push-ups, go do some sit-ups. You got back pain. That's not what we do. I've never done that. It's always peeling it back. It's always understanding. And what he said, the most important part is the mentality of the player. I mean, granted, I knew the Red Wings well. From a personality standpoint, what their goals are, what their motivations are, and with him, the biggest thing he says is that he knows I'm going to go battle, and I don't know how to get my body ready for it. And we took him stepwise to do that, because when he walked in, he was not in playing shape, and we had a tight time frame, and we had a lot of pressure on, even from Mr. I. I mean, even from Kenny Holland, everybody, can you do it? And I said yes. And Drapes was right there, and we put our stuff on the line. So we were smacking him in the head every chance we had.
Yeah, absolutely. But that was part of it, and you don't have to do it alone. So there it is too, Doc. Because who wants to do rehab and who wants to do that alone? And you don't have to be alone. Call Michigan Sports is fine.
And I'll wrap this up, Doc, with from that seriousness right there, and kind of like real talk. I'll give the people what they want here, like Mike G. Dr. Pierce, one more question for you. Does the secret sauce come in a 6-pack? Do they sell 6-packs, 12-packs, cases of it?
You got to go to Michigan Sports and Spine to figure that one out.
All right, Doc.
And insurance doesn't cover it.
Yeah. Doc, appreciate you, as always.
All right, always good, guys. But, yeah, we want to get more of the chat. We want to get more of that, especially with the Lions not here. We have a lot more time. We want to kind of get – and then we're talking about doing like an undercover boss where we're going to go on site to like with your trainer, with certain workouts, and give credibility or no credibility to them. So we're looking for suggestions. Where do you want us to go?
Yeah, absolutely. Doc, appreciate it. Big Play Jay, I swear by Dr. Pierce and his staff, his PA and his PT faith are top tier. So there you go.
That's awesome. Thanks for shout out.
So there you go. Yeah, Big Play Jay, a day oneer for Woodward Sports. Doc, appreciate you, my friend.
Take care.
Thanks,
guys.
Doc.
Mr.
You know
Worldwide.
what? I'll even do you even better because I'll even do your read. Attention, sports fans. Don't miss out on expert sports injury insights just like we just got right here, right now, live with Dr. Jeff Pierce, Michigan Sports and Spine. Obviously, every Tuesday here with Neil and I on Big D Energy, and Thursdays with Ermanni and Edward, where you get the best top-notch injury advice. Obviously, trust the guy that I trusted for my career. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you. Chase is here. Big shout out to Dr. Pierce for laying it down. In the Woodward Sports Super Chat, Busy 313, Quinn Hughes is en route to Boston to join the team, Team USA. It's going to be all hands on deck. Did you guys see the ticket prices for that, by the way?
No, I was asking before. What is it?
A single ticket.
Super Bowl ticket?
A single ticket at the top. One single ticket is going for $875. If you want two together, the get-in price is $1,025. Damn, a ticket.
Hey, I'm telling you, like,
politics sells, man.
Yeah, it does.
You got to charge an extra 25% if you sell them to a Canadian.
$2,000, let's go.
I would pay that too.
To be in the building for that?
That would be so
Dude,
electric.
That, like, do you hear that flex? Quinn Hughes is making it, so you're going to have Hughes, McCarty, all hands on deck. You don't think this is huge? You don't think this is big? Yeah. This is everything. This is awesome. We still got a couple days away.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's definitely going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that game. My mom texted me, KG.
Word.
When we were talking about Beyonce and Michael Jackson earlier.
God. What about Sammy Sosa?
Well, her question.
We don't claim Sammy.
Her question circles around Lionel Richie.
Oh.
Does KG agree that Lionel Richie hasn't been black since he left the Commodores?
I agree. He's got a white daughter and everything. I agree.
He checks every box.
Yeah, he checks all the boxes.
On a Tuesday.
He made good music, though. I give him that. But no, he ain't been a brother for a long time.
Okay. Well, my mom says that as a big Lionel fan. She has a pillow, a Lionel Richie pillow that says hello. with his silhouette on there.
We'll take Freddie Mercury before we'll take
really? Okay.
Yes, I'm just putting it out there. So
where do I stand with that? Would you take me before Lionel Richie?
Well, it's been Big D Energy for the day.
What about Condoleezza Rice?
Right. Condoleezza, we'll take Condoleezza back. We'll take her back.
All right. Just trying.
She went wayward a little bit.
What time you got to report?
Colin Powell's not even.
What time you got to report?
No, you said what?
What time do you get down to Ford Field on a Tuesday?
Oh my God!
You don't have to go off season. It's a little afternoon work. Thanks for fitting us in.
I try,
KG
man.
Shepherd.
Hold on, Spenny. Hold on. We have to do this real quick. I have to do this. I have to send this to you in Slack real quick because the people don't believe me. They don't. They're literally on there right now. Danny G. Neil, your mom did not text you that. Zach Soap, I can see it in your eyes. She did not text you that.
Neil doesn't make that.
I believe Mama Rule
Niels
did
don't
text
make that ish up. And he's not going to throw his mom. You think he's going to bring up, hey, my mom said that. He could have just said that freaking Chase said this during the break.
We met Mama Rule. I believe she would have said that.
I believe
text.
she said it too.
Yeah, big shout out. Those bourbon balls
brings the
were
cookies
amazing.
at the holidays.
Yeah,
those bourbon
like
balls were
chocolate
crazy.
bar things with the coconut.
They went hard.
The Rice Krispie treats, it was all fire, man.
No doubt. All right, I sent it to you. So let me know. Let me know when that gets through.
Right
there
up
you
there.
go.
Does KG agree? I love it. I love it, Mama Rule.
So, hey, I've told you guys this. I will never look into this camera and speak into this microphone and lie to you.
No, that's
never,
a fact.
not once. Not once.
You might not like the truth, but
you might not like what you hear, but it's what I believe. So, no, we're not going to talk about Candace Owens. I think this is and Colin Powell. It's a good time to stop.
Colin Powell, he's not even an eighth black.
Condoleezza Rice is nice, but
black.
I prefer a
Last time I checked.
Yeah.
clutch.
Robert Colosio, fun fact, I met Lionel Richie at a gas station in San Fernando Valley, and he was very cool and very nice, but he did talk about his black Porsche.
He doesn't pump his own gas. There's
No
no way Lionel
way.
Richie pumps
No
his
way.
own gas.
Except the white delegations.
Neil.
Colin Powell, so as long as they take Condoleezza Rice.
Now, wait a goddamn minute.
I am the original hustler.
Right.
You can't hustle me, Rondell.
Danny G. Wow, Neil, don't even have your phone saved as mom. DNCENT, Tammy is diabolical. I always do that because I'd always make fun of her because it would hear my dad sometimes go, Tammy. So that's why I put it in there as Tammy because I'll say that to her sometimes. It's an inside family joke. So so that is it.
It's tone. If you don't understand tone, you'll never get it.
Right.
Bingo. There you go. For DMAC, for KG, Spencer Raxter, Dr. Pearson, of course, Chasing the Chase Lounge. Thanks for watching. Well, see you later.
Not Kevin Shepard.